So here we go, guys. Decathlon. This is called coordinate geometry. I think most of this or all of this you probably already know. You're probably pretty good at it. But let's see. Let's see how we do. You know what I mean? So in the first two questions, you're just plotting. Plot -3, -4. Remember that this is an x coordinate and this is a y coordinate, and this is either called the Cartesian plane or the rectangular plane. Yeah, I'll put it up there. I'll put it on this one too. So -3, -4. That's going to be, by the way, they call this quadrant 1, bless you, oh, without a sneeze, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and quadrant 4. So -3, -4 is going to be in quadrant 3. You go -3, here's the origin, -3, 3 to the left, and then 4 down, and then you put a point. And that's it. That's all you're doing for the first two. And then the next one, it says plot 7, 6. So I'm going to go to the right 7 to up 6. And there it is. I'm in quadrant 1. That's 7, comma 6. Every ordered pair needs to be, it's always going to be parenthesis x, comma y, close parenthesis. Do not leave, you got to put the parentheses. So do not go x, comma y. You got to close it up. Ordered pair. Okay. Question 3. So now they want us to find the middle, in the middle between A and B. So plot A, -5, 5. So -5, 5, plot that. And then plot B, -2, 4. -2, -4, sorry. So there it is. And let's see what it says. Find the midpoint graphically, plot a line segment AB, draw a rectangle with the segment as a diagonal, use the sides of a rectangle to help you plot the midpoint, state the coordinates of the midpoint. So they're pretty much telling us to like where the midpoint is. I'm not a big fan of that, but I guess. Here's the middle. Here's the diagonal. You just connect them. I'm trying to be perfect. If you have a ruler, and they're telling us to draw like a rectangle. So let me use purple. Yeah, this one right here. Do you see that rectangle right there? Yeah, so the middle looks like right here. Looks like right there. Do you see that point in black? So that's what it looks like. Now look, what is that? -3.5, comma 0.5. Yeah, you could have also gotten it by adding the x's. -5 plus -2, that's -7. When you divide it by 2, you get 3.5 or -3.5. You see that? So you could have gone -5 plus -2, whatever that is, divided by 2. This is a midpoint for the x. See? -3.5. And then the midpoint for the y is you do the same thing. 5 plus -4 divided by 2. And see, you would have gotten 0.5 anyways. 5 plus -4, that's 1. 1 divided by 2 is 0.5. So I'm not a big fan of just winging it, but I guess -9, -3. So you go to -9, -3, point. And then it says go to -5, +7. -5, +7. Point. And then connect those two. All right, let's see. Here's my box. Thank you, miss. And it looks like the middle. Let's see, it looks like the middle's right there. So does it look like -7, 2 to you? It looks like -7, 2 to you. There it is. And then you can verify it. It is not, you don't have to be perfect, but you can verify it by doing this. XM, -9 plus -5 divided by 2. Yep, that's -7 because -9 plus -5, that's -14 divided by 2 is -7. Do you guys see that? YM, the M just stands for middle. -3 plus 7 divided by 2. Negative 3 plus 7, that's 4. And 4 divided by 2, yep, that's 2. So there it is, negative 7 comma 2. What do you guys think? Not that bad, right? Kind of easy. Find the midpoint of the segment with the following endpoints. Okay, so here it is, xm. That just stands for the midpoint of x. You just take the x's and you add them together. 2 plus 6 and you divide by 2. Ym. You just take the x's and you divide them together. I don't know, maybe I should color code them. So let me circle them in blue. 0 plus negative 3 divided by 2. So let's see what both of these are. 6 plus 2 is 8. 8 divided by 2 is 4. 0 plus negative 3 is negative 3. Divided by 2 is negative 1.5. Remember, you need an ordered pair. So ordered pair. 4 comma negative 1.5. Sometimes you'll see a formula like this. It'll be like x1 plus x2 divided by 2 comma y1 plus y2 divided by 2. It's the same thing, guys. It just depends how you want to see it. You know what I mean? This just means add the x coordinates divided by 2, add the y coordinates divided by 2. Cool? All right, same thing with this one here. Again, what am I going to do? I'm going to add the x's. So I'm going to write xm 3 plus 10. I'm just adding the x's. Divided by 2. So 10 plus 3 is 13. 13 divided by 2 is 6.5. See? Grab a little packet there, right there. And then y's of m. So I'm just going to add those. 8 plus 4 divided by 2. 8 plus 4 is 12. Divided by 2 is 6.
Is this my charger for my camera?
Let me see.
I've been looking for this.
Yeah, that's not mine.
This is my camera charger. I was coming over here to ask if I could borrow this for a second. This phone charger.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll bring it back before.
We're going to be at Boletta.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, there it is, guys.
Can I see a paper, please?
Yeah, they're over there. Yeah. How are we starting to feel? Are we starting to feel okay? Okay. On these right here, guys, 7 and 8, they're really the same. They just tell you the midpoint of AB is M, so M stands for midpoint. If the coordinate of A is 4, 6, what are the coordinates of B? So they want you to find B. You guys ready? I'm going to go slow. This is the midpoint. Midpoint. This is coordinate for A. And they want to know what are the coordinates for B. So here it is. Remember that the midpoint of X is equal to the coordinate for X for the A, or the X coordinate for A, plus the X coordinate for B, and you divide it by 2. So that's exactly what I'm going to put in, guys. So negative 1 equals XA is 4. I don't know the XB one. Divided by 2. So I'm going to solve for X of B. Do you guys see what we're doing? Okay. Times 2. Times 2. Whatever you do to one, you do to the other. So here it is. So I now have negative 2 equals 4 plus XB. And then all you got to do is subtract 4. Do you see that? Minus 4 minus 4. So here's my X coordinate for B. Negative 2 minus 4, that's negative 6. Are we still okay? Now I got to find my Y coordinate. Well, the middle, notice that the middle is 5. So I'm going to change colors. I'm going to go 5 equals the Y coordinate. Let me write the formula first. The Y coordinate for A plus the Y coordinate for B divided by 2. So I guess I should have written this as YM, right? Okay, here we go. 5 equals 6 plus Y's of B, the subscript of B there, divided by 2. So times 2, and then 5 times 2 is 10. So I have 10 equals 6 plus Y's of B. Then minus 6 minus 6. So Y's of B equals 4. There it is, guys. I got my X coordinate and I got my Y coordinate. So remember, we want an ordered pair. So I'm going to write negative 6 comma, 4, close. And there it is. That's a coordinate for B. Does that make sense? We're doing the same thing for number 8, guys. Nothing crazy. They told us the mid. So here we go. I'm going to go negative 3 equals negative 4 plus x of b divided by 2 times 2 times 2. So I think we're warmed up. So now I think we can do it pretty quickly. Negative 6 equals negative 4 plus x of b. Add 4 plus 4 plus 4. So x of b equals negative 2. Are we okay? Okay. All right, here we go. Here is the b one. So I'm going to go negative 4, that's the middle, that's the midline, equals negative 5 plus y's of b divided by 2 times 2 times 2. So now I have negative 8 equals negative 5 plus y's of b plus 5 y's of b equals negative 3. There it is, guys. I got my x of b, I got my y's of b. So where is b? B is at negative 2 comma negative 3. Do you see how we did it, guys? Let's go to the upper right hand corner and see what they want. Oh, let's. Okay, let's see. All right, graph a right triangle with the points 8, negative 1. Let's say negative 1 right here, and 3, negative 3. 3, 3. Forming the hypotenuse. Oh, okay, there's my hypotenuse. There's my hippo. Using the sides to find the distance between the 2 points in simplest radical form. Okay. Come on in, miss. Come on in. So just make a triangle, guys. Thank you. Later, miss. Just make a triangle. Right angle right there. That's it. That's all you got to do. What do they want? Leg 1. I don't know. Which one do you want to call leg 1? This one? Leg 1 and leg 2? All right, leg 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That has a distance of 5. Leg 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. That has a distance of 4. What's the hypotenuse? I don't know. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. I guess I should, instead of 1 and 2, I should put 5 here, 4 here. All right, and I'm going to call that c. 5 squared plus 4 squared equals c squared. 5 squared is 25. 4 squared is 16 equals c squared. 25 plus 16, 25, 35, 41. 41 equals c squared, and then just take the square root. C equals the square root of 41. And there it is. That's all you're going to write, square root of 41. Yes? If it was at 8, 3, then we wouldn't have a triangle, and you can just count, you would just count the horizontal displacement. So if you had a point right here at 8, 3, you would just have that line. Unless they call that the hypotenuse, then I guess you could do, no. Yeah. If there is a way, but I think the way they're doing this is all your hypotenuses are going to be in diagonals. They're not going to do a horizontal displacement or a vertical displacement. You know what I mean? So all of these are going to be perpendicular right triangles, or right triangles, I should say.
You could also do by coordinates.
Well, that's what we did.
Okay.
That's what we did. We just counted, you know. Later on, yeah, later on you're going to, like over here, I think,
Coordinates.
just do the distance formula, which is same thing as
Horizontal
Pythagorean.
displacement squared plus vertical displacement squared, all square rooted.
Graph a right triangle with the points negative 2, 6, or negative 6. Oh, yeah, you're good. And negative 2, forming the hypotenuse. Using these sides, find the distance between the 2 points in simplest radical form. So you're doing the same thing, guys. It's just, look, all of them are just like this. You're just going to make a right triangle, always like this. See? And you're literally just going to count. You're just going to count your horizontal displacement and vertical displacement. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. See? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. They want to know what that is, the c. 4 squared plus 4 squared equals c squared. So this is 16 plus 16 equals c squared. That's 32 there. So 32 equals c squared. You can also think of this as 2 times 16, right? So square root. Remember, we can just said that c is the same thing as, this is the same thing as 2 times 16. Child, why'd you do that? Well, what's the square root of 16? So the square root of 16 is 4, so you can just write it as 4 square root of 2. You know what I mean? And that's it. Cool or not cool? Okay. We're almost done, guys. We're almost done. This one here, you're going to have to use the calculator because it does say to the nearest tenth, but it's the same thing. Find this between these points. Let's see. Forming the hypotenuse. So this is the hypotenuse here. So here's my triangle. So it's a skinny triangle there. There's my right triangle there. This is 2. So leg 1, I guess 2. I guess your horizontal displacement is always going to be your leg 1 here. Leg 2, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. And all you're going to do is you're going to go, this is your C. So 2 squared plus 9 squared equals C squared. 4 plus 81 equals C squared. So C squared equals 85. Square root. C equals the square root of 85. Let's type that into the calculator real quick. Square root of 85. And there it is, 9.2. 9.2. Cool or not cool, guys? Okay. Same thing right here, guys. That's all you're going to do again. Just going to make a right triangle. 1, 2, 3, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. There's a 3, 4, 5 triangle. So this is a 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. What happened, miss? You can do Pythagorean theorem if you don't like that. Call this C. 3 squared plus 4 squared equals C squared. 9 plus 16 equals C squared. 25 equals C squared. See? C squared equals 25. Square root. C equals 5. So if you don't like that, you can just do that. But hopefully in geometry you learned about special right triangles. This is one of them. So too easy? Too easy. All right, let's see what they want here. Find the distance between the 2 points in simplest radical form. All right, guys, I would just go right into it like this. The change in x here, that's a 3, right? So it doesn't matter if you want to go, I guess if you want to go x1, y1, x2, y2, and then you want to go the distance equals the square root of the change in x, which is, that's your x2 minus x1, plus squared, plus the change in y squared, and that's the same thing as y2 minus y1 squared. See? So the distance equals square root. The difference between 6 and 9, or 9 minus 6 is 3. So 3 squared plus the difference between negative 5 and 1, that's 6. So 6 squared. I guess I should say 1 minus a negative 5 instead of negative 5 and 1. Do you guys see that or no? So there it is. You don't have to do it like this if you don't like it. By the way, this is also the Pythagorean theorem. It's just, you're just taking the square root already. 36 plus 9, what's that, 45? Okay, well 45 is the same thing as 9 times 5. And the square root of 9 is, so there's my answer, 3 root 5. Ask me, guys, ask me. Square root of 45 is 9 times 5. 9 is 3 times 3. So the definition of a square root is whatever repeats. Whenever you have a pair like that, you take it out. The square root of 9 is 3. Or I guess you could have also done this. Square root of 9 times square root of 5. That's square root of 45. Oh, the difference between 6 and 9. 9 minus 6. Cool or not cool? All right, we're almost done, guys. Don't worry. Find the distance between the 2 points. I don't know if you can tell, but there's one at the origin. Here's my right triangle. This distance here is 6, or horizontal displacement. I guess you can also call it -6 if you're trying to be very specific. And this vertical displacement is 5. So if I want to calculate this distance, I'm going to call it d. D equals the square root of 6 squared plus 5 squared. So d equals the square root. 6 squared is 36. 5 squared is 25. 36, 46, 56, 61. So square root of 61, guys. Leave it alone. Bless you. What do you guys think? Not bad? Okay. Last page. We just got 2 left. Bless you. That sounded like it felt good. All right. Find the distance. Okay, look, same thing, guys. Distance equals the change in I'm going to go change in x squared plus the change in y squared. This is just Pythagorean theorem, just hidden. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. All right, here we go. Difference between -6 and -3, or I guess -3 and -6. It doesn't matter. You can tell me negative, but when I square it, it's not going to matter. So 3 squared plus the difference between 1 and -1. 2. So 2 squared. Do you guys see how I got those numbers? Distance equals the square root of 9 plus 4. So the square root of 13. They did say to the nearest tenth. So I take my calculator. And I'm just going to go square root of 13. And there it is, 3.6. How do we feel, guys? Okay. Last one, and then I do want you guys to make an honest attempt on delta. What's up? Truncated? No, you're good, you're good. All right, again, same question. The difference between -4 and 2, or I guess 2 and -4. Think of a number line, yeah. Just in case, -4, 0, 2. So look, this gap between -4 and 2, or between 2 and -4, 2 minus -4, look, that's a 6. So let's try to get better at that, guys. The difference between -1 and -9, that is 8. So I'm going to write distance equals the square root. And I guess I should, like I said, well, I hope I'm not confusing you guys. The difference between the difference between 2 and -4 is 6, so 6 squared, plus the difference between -9 and -1, the absolute value of that is just 8. And we don't care about the sign because we're squaring it anyways. So here we go. D equals 6 squared is 36. 8 squared is 64. That's a square root. 64, 36, that's 100. And what's the square root of 100? 10. And there it is, guys. How do we feel? Do we feel okay? Do you think we can tackle this delta? All right, let's tackle it, guys. At least give it a good 20 minutes, and we'll call it a day here.